see anything? Or were you completely cut out?
Suppressor slowed me down, but yeah, I saw.
A lot of people died just for me to get here.
Sorry about Saul. It was my fault Smasher was here in the first place.
Did you see anything? Or
Suppressors.
a lot of people died just...
Sorry about Saul. It was my fault Smasher was here in the first place.
Is this it? The infamous Prison of Souls?
Not how I remember it. But Alt wasn't running the show back then.
So, where are all of Soul Killer's victims?
Fuck if I know. We only see what Alt wants us to see.
So, when do we start?
Haven't caught on yet, have you?
What? What do you mean?
Alt's already split us. Once you jacked into Mikoshi, she lit you up with Soul Killer.
Your output don't fuck around.
I am not his girlfriend.
Hit me with Soul Killer without asking, I guess.
Hey, Alt. So seeing as we seem to have the soul splitting out of the way, what's next?
I am currently verifying the checksum and eliminating engram copy errors in the process.
Wait, you mean... Am I a construct?
She means you followed in my footsteps. Next step's to copy you into the Gaunt's brain.
You two still plan to obliterate Mikoshi?
Mm-hmm. It's gotta burn.
What about everyone locked away there?
I will free them. Take them with me.
Cut the crap. You'll gobble them up like so many morsels of code. Make them part of you.
As if they could hope for anything better. Come on.
Wait, hold on. I want to know what the hell happened to me exactly.
I applied Soul Killer to separating your two psyches, thereby creating V's distinct construct. An added analgesic protocol precluded any perception of pain. I was unable to eliminate all the changes made through the Johnny data incursion and override, but V's engram integrity remains high.
Meaning you can transfer his psyche back into his brain?
As if onto a blank, virgin partition.
So that's really it. We're done. You kept your word.
There is one aspect I failed to take into account.
Alt? What?
The body is a key factor in this transaction. DNA reconfiguration by the relic has progressed too far. Added to aggressive, invasive medications, the body's immune system attacking its own neurons...
Christ, will you just skip to the end?
After I transfer your construct into your body, you will die. It is inevitable. It is imminent.
Are you absolutely sure? Check again.
You shall live for about 6 months. Perhaps somewhat more.
No. There's gotta be something we haven't thought of.
Your body will see you as an intruder.
But it's my body.
The biochip's nanites have altered it permanently. The body is now Johnny.
Alt, give us a minute. V and I need to talk.
I can't believe it. Everything. All we did. It was pointless. I've had enough of this. Of everything. You most of all.
Perfect. 'Cause we're sticking to the plan. I'm going with Alt fuck knows where. You're keeping your body.
Where's she even gonna take you?
Beyond the Black Wall. To become part of her. Whatever the hell that means.
What's it like? Beyond the Black Wall?
Assuming I don't lose my fucking mind. At least no one can ride my ass there.
What about hanging around as a construct? Just till we find another way.
Finding another way would mean making a deal with Saga. I'll pass.
Jesus. To be a shapeless shadow in a digital afterlife. Really think I'd rather die.
It is freedom from the body's limitations, from the base worries of life in the world. It is a new perspective on all.
No. You're left with fading memories. Of sharing a bed. Head-splitting hangovers. Sea breeze on my face. Sun's heat on my shoulders.
So take
No.
back your life. The 6 months you got left.
Didn't think life was worth clinging to. Not at any price, anyway.
'Cause it ain't.
Wrong. That light beyond the black wall. See? That's hope. Could be the flames of hell or heaven's grace. Might also be an engram reading code. But it's a promise of survival.
We've learned how to turn into pure data, but an animal still prowls inside us. And its instinct to survive almost can't be extinguished.
Yeah. That instinct's part of being human. But so is denying it.
Is there really no other way?
As I said, Johnny can retain the body, remain there, while you come with me.
Guess I meant, I don't know, a happier ending. For everyone involved.
Here, for folks like us, wrong city, wrong people.
Yet the right to make a choice you have earned, through will and endeavor. This bridge leads deeper into cyberspace. Cross it and permanently sever the connection with your body. The path to your body passes through that mortal well.
Oh. If you were me, what would you do?
You should come with me.
What's that mean for me exactly? Am I gonna become like you?
I was a netrunner. I understood how to survive. I cannot speak for you. Beyond the black wall, dangers lurk. It is no sanctuary. But it's better to be a free spirit shredded than to wither, trapped in a dying body.
Don't do it, V. You've been running from this all along. It'll change you. You won't be you anymore.
And you?
Already took that first step a while back. I'll have an easier go of it.
Okay, that's a very easy decision. We want to live the what we got from it. Maybe we find a solution to our problem, or whatever. There's only one thing I'm a bit sad about. I would have asked, even though the dialogue was grayed out. So we asked already, isn't it dangerous beyond the black wall? Maybe, but the alt wasn't there at that point.
I told you. I said I wanted you to have my body. But I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. We knew all along this is how it would play out.
Don't fuck with me right now.
Only if you cut your pathetic "I'm sorry" bullshit.
Cross the bridge to enter cyberspace forever. Enter the well to return. To your body.
I mean, Jesus. I'm about to shred a comrade and a chunk of my own soul in one fucking go. Got no idea what that shit feels like.
Sounds kinda familiar. We know that attitude. CV, stand with you whether you like it or not.
fuck's sake, defend yourself. You're not even trying.
You know, you taught me to let go sometimes. Save my strength for one last big bang.
Okay, so we could go. I think this is the thing there. But like just vanishing into cyberspace, we want to be careful here what we are doing. I assume, yeah, this glowing light there means, yeah, you go there. So enter the well to return to your body. So, yeah. See Alt and Johnny, I would say. But I can't leave Panam there alone in the building and just to get free or something. That makes no sense.
Goodbye, V. And never stop fighting.
I mean, it would have been cool to maybe see where this is going when we give Johnny our body, but I think there's no, for me, there's no other option. I would play it like this. I would say, yeah, you don't, it's my body, maybe my life. It'd be weird to become like an super AI thing in the cyberspace.
Up in smoke! With damage valued in excess of the annual budget of many a small country. Serves you right, sucker! How's it feel to be on your knees, huh?
How do we get out of there?
Out on Washman says our wondrous lives in Night City won't change much, but when do they ever? We live midst dust and chrome, and midst dust and chrome we shall all die. Now for some good news and some bad news. Good news is, something like a sandstorm this way comes from the south. Weather guy says it stands to be the biggest in years. Should be a sight to behold. Bad news? Damn storm won't reach Night City, so seems we'll all live to see another day after all. Drat.
Oh, cynical. It seems like we are still alive and breathing. No way. That song. That's a warhorse, that's Panam's car. But there's also Panam, so yeah, could have guessed that. Aha. A lot of things to process here.
This dam. Remember it well. Our beginnings.
I did not know what to make of you then.
And now you do?
You'll not get any tearful confessions out of me.
It wouldn't be tearful. I know you.
What I think of you now matters not at all. Tomorrow we will be elsewhere. We'll start everything anew. You and I. Ask me then.
Can't hardly wait. Get ready, Arizona. Here we come.
Look at the city. Somewhere in there, those bastards from Arasaka are wondering how they lost everything. They'll figure it out one day. But we're long gone.
They'll never find us. I can promise you that.
I know. Perhaps that's why I need a good long look. One day this view will be a happy memory.
About to turn on your heel, never to see the city again. I think that makes you happy right now.
And you? Ready? Do you feel the road beckoning? It's possibly your last glance at those buildings.
Quicker I forget the whole damn thing, the better.
The city makes false promises. Many of them grand, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. If you see through them before you lose everything, then you're pretty damn lucky.
Perhaps luck's with us now. Perhaps we're leaving just in time.
Think it is? Think we are. Time to make up for things.
Shit, V. You're bleeding again.
Gonna figure this out, Panam. Fixed drug helps a bit now. And once we get to where we're going, we'll try all your contacts.
They've pulled some of our folks out of deep, deep cesspits. They'll help. You'll see.
Good to hear. It really is. Speaking of which, what about our plan?
Everything is set and confirmed. We'll meet our people soon, gather our gear, and set off. Yes, the road could be hard, but as long as we don't fuck up, we should cross the border in a matter of hours.
Let's get out of here.
Sure. But V, get a good look at the city. One last time. If you need to, I mean. I'll wait in the car.
Okay, Night City. See you later, Night City. That's exactly. Or maybe not. Who knows? At least we seem to be not close to dying anymore, which is good.
Well, Night City. Good night and good luck.
What is this? New security chart. Dock distribution. Okay. Crack the shard. Zeitgeist and George. Got a problem? Wait, what is this? Why do I get so many shard notices? Also pressed F there, nothing happened. I'm a bit sad about that. Okay, that was weird. Funny thing is, we still had I think, how many points left? So 8 attribute points not spent. Typical me, I forgot about them. But yeah, we might be in the thing where we start playing the other stuff, you know, when we tried getting the secret ending and so on. We might revisit this game. It's overall, all along the Watchtower. Get in the car. You decided to ditch the city of dreams, start a new, start fresh. I went through a few fresh starts in my life too. And you know what? Don't regret a damn thing. You won't either. Give me regards to the south, and when you hear Johnny's voice, go ahead and smile, but don't bother to answer. It'll be just a voice on the radio recorded long ago, fading reproduction, a flickering memory. You will be someone completely different. Take care, V. Shards. Machine type, subterranean extraction and removal combine, tunnel boring drill. The model E80 is designed to pierce through all kinds of substrates, including rocking and unstable substances, which occur on this construction project. The E30 possesses a drill bit suited to the requirements of the a maglev tunnel. It features remote steering as well as manual control should unforeseen circumstances or lack of net connection access occur. Okay. Well, that thing we found a lot of stuff. Some maybe double with some mails I didn't want to read. At the end, like, holy moly, was a lot of text. Don't put that much text into a firefight. Could have moved this around a bit. Like, I feel like give me some spare time to read through it if I want to. In the meantime, not doing this. Oh, Edge Legend, 100%. True freedom. Nobody, not Johnny, not Alt, could have foreseen what went down in Mikoshi. Looks like you can't escape the inevitable. Oh boy, it's hard to say. But you can keep running inevitable. That's, I think, how I pronounce it. But you can keep running until you can't anymore. Vic's pills will only last so long and then it's over. You know, you are finally free when you can see the finish line, because what is there left to lose? You only lived once. This isn't just sharing a body anymore, it's sharing a life, or at least whatever is left of Johnny's. The hot date with Rogue and setting up Samurai Reunion sure means a lot to the guy. Sometimes these little gestures of friendship make you forget the inevitable, but as long as it all works out, only you will be left standing at the end. Edge Runner. Night City craved another legend, and it got one. Who isn't tired of hearing about the great Morgan Blackhand? Well, now there's a new name everybody on everybody's lips. Wonder what Jackie would have to say about that, or Johnny. Oh, they also changed our dress here. V's. Now we have our own black tank top. That's funny. Also, my legendary pants are gone for whatever reason. No, well, whatever. Oh, don't jump down there. We can't call our cars. That's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, let's end it. Let's end it. Well, Night City, good night and good luck. Wow.
Seems we've got a changer coming at the tippity top of the megacorp. Soaked in the usual gallons of blood, sweat, and tears, of course.
This is rot. I've heard enough.
Okay, I think Takamura won't be happy about this.
Most of our people have already crossed. They'll wait for us on the other side.
And our souvenirs from Mikoshi?
If we so much as approached the gates with tech like that, they would wipe us out without warning. We've checked. Arasaka has people at every border crossing. But we know a road less traveled.
Just realized, here I am, klepping from Arasaka again.
Don't you worry. We'll pass right under the bastards' noses.
We better. New beginnings can be rough.
Don't you know it?
Yeah, they can be pretty rough.
There is one thing I will miss about Night City.
What's that?
The food. The Thai on 7th and Haywood. The pierogies down by the docks.
Seriously?
You'll understand once you've ridden with us for a while.
That's...
Wonder if I'll miss Night City too.
You will miss the night city you imagined was there. The city of endless potential. Endless possibilities. The city that was a lie.
We'll handle it together. Even the memories of NC.
Pan Am. Girl, are you
Oh,
running
Mitch
from
survived,
Night City
that's
or
good.
going to your granny's for cookies and milk? Gun it or that storm will catch you.
Screw you.
Mitch, hey.
Hey, V.
Good to hear you, Jim. How's things?
Give me a month and I'll be as good as new. I told you all I'd be fine, didn't I?
Come on, Mitch. You weren't nearly that confident after Mikoshi. None of us were. He was in bed for weeks, a vegetable. It would have been the end of him if not for his synapses. Toughened, made almost fry-proof in panzers back in the war.
Did save every one of our asses, though.
Pity Saul's not with us. Or Teddy. Or Bobby. Or Scorpion. They would have kicked your ass out of whack after that move with the Panzer. Then hugged you until you puked.
I know, Pan Am, I know.
Gave us all a chance at a new start. Let's not fuck it up.
I'm glad you're with us, V. See you soon.
I can smell the ozone. Even through the air conditioning.
It's that storm. Getting close.
Okay, it's good to know that we survived. I don't know why Yorinobu's sister died though. We didn't help
Okay.
her,
We've arrived.
so she did nothing
High
wrong
tide.
basically. Oh. He's also there.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, let's get the fuck out of here, shall we?
Hey, how are things? Is everything arranged?
Everything's almost set.
So you found it? Where we thought it would be?
All plans laid and in place.
They are indeed. Come see us when you're done. We'll talk about the who, what, and how.
That's interesting. Seems like I don't have any weapons anymore. My whole loot is gone. I'm a bit sad about that, I have to admit. I disagree with that.
Need any help preparing?
No, it's all packed and ready to go. We were waiting for you. That's all.
All right. So the plan. One more time.
We won't take any official crossing. I think you know that, right? So there's this old smuggling tunnel. Forgotten. We'll aim to use that. It's near the wall.
Gate in the wall? I like it.
So you found a gate in the wall. Clever.
Not in as much as under.
It's one of those old smuggling tunnels. Thankfully, it's still open.
It wasn't the easiest thing to locate after all these years. But now, nothing can stop us now.
Look, tunnel's cool and all, but we gotta get there first. And what about security up and down the border? Whole area's brimming with tech. Drones on perpetual patrol? Heavier stuff too, maybe.
Don't worry. We know what's there and what to do about it. And Carol and Cassidy will keep the Corpos off our tail.
Okay, so they are also fine. That's good.
And nobody's likely to spot us.
Sooner or later, the border guards will realize something's not right.
But by the time they get around to it, we'll be far, far away. Plus, that storm's a true stroke of luck. It should cover our tracks.
We'll need more than a storm to keep the Corpos off our tail.
Got bigger concerns than us. And even if they don't, just let them try and catch us. They'll regret it. Great. And once we've crossed, what then?
We'll make for our meeting point, join the rest of our people there, then we'll move on towards Tucson.
And once there, we call the shots, right?
We know the roads like the back of our hand. And down in Arizona, we have some old favors to call in.
So even if I wanted to, I got nothing to worry about.
Starting today, it's not all on your back. You're no longer alone, V. You'll get used to it. It's nice.
Looks like I've got a debt of gratitude to pay now.
Oh, come the fuck on. We're all riding in the same wagon.
And thanks to you, we stole enough Arasaka tech to build an aircraft carrier.
Believe me, on the list of those wanted dead or alive, our names are right under yours. Well, time to move, before that storm finds us.
See the child. He is... You'll come back, right?
Oh, where?
See the child. He is... I can wait.
Where is he? Huh?
See the child. He is pale and thin. V, let me be thoroughly honest.
There.
Okay.
You look like shit. Do the great outdoors truly serve you so poorly?
Exactly the contrary, cowboy. Starting to feel really alive for once.
I always did love the optimism of youth. Bad thoughts are cheap, but they smear over the truth like mud. You think you run out of fuel before the stop? You will. You think you're about to die? Your days are numbered. Now you had better ready yourself. We've got a border to cross and a storm to run from. It's a hell of a lot for one day.
Thank you, wise cowboy man standing and being part of a car. Oh, the thing is counting down.
I doubted you would come.
Why? Thought I'd stay in Night City?
You don't seem like one who'd care to make a fresh start. Ever.
Get to know me better. Could change your mind.
Can't stop my looting habit. That was the wrong button. Wait, is it possible? Wait a moment, wait a moment. Would we fast travel? No. Unavailable, okay, Okay, I think we got everyone, right? We talked to Mitch, we talked to Cassidy, we talked to Carol. Crit chance boots. For my mother, the goddess silver-footed Thetis, it tells me that twofold fates are being are bearing me towards the doom of death. If I abide here and war about the city of the Troy and then lost in my home, return, but what? But my renown shall be imperishable. But if I return home to my dear native land lost, then is my glorious renown. Yet shall my life long endure, neither shall the doom of death come soon upon me. And I would counsel the others also to sail back to your homes, seeing there's no more hope that ye shall win the goal of Ilios. Homer. I was very poorly read, but I'm also very poorly tired. And often mess up reading. It's also old tech, right? At least we have the implant. We have the Overwatch 2. For what reason it doesn't show up, but okay. So we talk to everyone. This is Mitch, right? I assume it is. You can't see him though. It's the car of Panam though. We can't fast travel. I assume. I mean, what happens if we want to run away? I'm just curious. Now that we are, I assume this is pretty much the end of the end. Okay, I would have expected that the game at some point says a return or something, but that never happens for whatever reason. So just at the end, we do some really stupid stuff before we truly end the game. Yeah, I have something like stamina, right? Getting better at this. No cars driving here, which makes things a bit difficult. I'm just curious what happens if we reach the city. Yeah, it would be so strange. Okay. We just got teleported back. That is pretty unfortunate. Okay. Just was curious about what happened. Seems like there is a... So for people wondering about this, there is a zone that basically blocks your further progression. You get just teleported back into the camp if you reach a certain point. We just reload for not screwing up any stuff we have did here. Okay, so let's go get to Panam. We talk to all of them. Let's get inside it.
We're ready. After you, Panam.
Set?
Mm-hmm.
So jack in. Let's get the hell out of here.
You got it.
This is your big new beginning. So you have to start it like a real nomad, behind the proverbial wheel. Mostly go straight, go around the bigger holes, and don't lose the rest. Got it? I will deal with the nitro. The mix will go straight to the cylinders. If I don't sink it just right manually, it could blow us to bits.
I think that's best avoided.
Fuck. I just realized something.
What?
The border wall, it wasn't here when I was little. I never imagined it would be. But I had this inkling that everything was different up north. That some bright fucking future awaited me there.
Yeah, I think I know what comes next. Once you wound up on the other side and nothing changed, you thought Night City was the answer. Everything would change there.
Yes. And you know the tale's end, too. I'm returning. Right back to where I started. Fuck.
No. Might be the same place on the other side, same space, but you're different. Totally different.
All in all, you're right. And I have you. And the rest of these clowns. You ready?
Been ready always.
Then hit it! Home stretch! Full speed ahead!
Pure
They've launched
Intel.
the drones.
Carol! Cassidy! Get moving!
I'm heading west and activating the jammers.
They've marked me. I'm turning east to get them off your tail. Good luck, kids. See you on the other side.
Whoops.
The nitro is ready. Say goodbye to Night City. It's your last chance.
Got nothing left to say. Start her up. The wheel is yours.
Let's ride! Exactly what you wanted. A new beginning.
Don't slow down, Panam. Not yet.
Okay, that was a good load. No idea where this tunnel might be. Oh no, the loading bug. I think it's the loading bug. Or the lake? Maybe it's the lake. Maybe that's the lake. I'm not sure. But yeah, with this bullet it almost started everything. Okay, it's not a graphic bug. I assume it's supposed to be like, it just looks weird. Maybe it's a bug, who knows. I did not expect a lake beyond it. It makes no sense. Like we're in the desert or something. Jed, I'm confused.
Well?
It's perfect. All great, Panam. We're going home.
Okay.
Hey, V. How's life out there in the desert? Getting some sun? Some fresh air in those lungs? Don't
That's
forget
cool.
to get yourself a checkup every once in a while. Any dust or dirt gets into that insulation, you're done. Of course, decent ripper is harder to find out there than a 4-star hotel. So actually, how about you just stop by when you're back in the city, huh? Think I could swing a little discount for an old regular like you. Till next time, V.
V, is it true what they say? You rolling around in the dirt with the Aldecaldos? Have you lost your mind, mijo? Didn't you get in enough trouble already, eh? Night City was too boring for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Estás loco, eh? Crazy, completely crazy.
She doesn't seem to like the no,
Just watch out for yourself, okay? Don't do anything stupid, because I'm not going to a second funeral. Wait. If you want to see some old faces, don't forget to stop by Mama Wells, okay? Just give me a call before, and I'll make my special chilaquiles just for you. Cuídate, V.
Hey, V! Long time no see. Let me guess, you still the top of your game in all of Night City? Yeah, I left all that. I guess I'm just calling to say thanks. For everything. Wasn't until I'd left everything behind that I realized how depressed I was for all that time. Take it from me, V. If you ever get the chance, just leave. Leave and don't look back. The weight it takes off your shoulders, I can't even describe it. All right, enough lecturing. Take it easy, man.
Hey, V, listen, I don't think I'll make it back to camp tonight. Sandstorm's coming our way. No choice but to sit tight and hold it out. Just wanted to say, I know this isn't the first time. You know, that we had plans. Never realized how hard being a chief would be. Always looked so easy from the outside. I'm so lucky to have you, V. You can't even begin to imagine how much it means to me. How... Guess it's time to go. I'll make it up to you. I promise.
V, hey. Christ, that run we did. My heart's still pounding. The pack of nomads versus Arasaka. Oh, I mean, the odds were totally stacked against us. I didn't know if we'd get out alive. But hey, we made it. And you know why? Because you were the one leading the charge, V. The craziest, baddest merc from Pacifica to the Appalachians. I don't know what you're up to right now, what your plans are. But just remember, we'd walk through hell and back with you, brother, anytime. Until next time, eh? Take care.
Hey, Rogue here. I wanted to...
Oh, voicemail. Why not?
V? I was wondering if you could pass the message along to Johnny. 2 messages, actually. One, that he's an arrogant, egotistical son of a bitch.
He knows it
And
already.
second, that it was nice to talk to him again. Both of you, take care of yourselves, okay?
Hey, B, so funny thing just said. Oh, fuck's sake, voicemail again. Do you ever answer the phone? Like ever? Seriously, I can get through to data term customer service faster than you. What did I even... Oh, yeah. You know that Us Cracks agent called me and asked if I would go on tour with them? At first, I was like, over my dead fucking body. But then I thought, hey, wait. I could actually be fine. So, who knows? Well, there's the latest gossip for you, if you even care. Call me back when you can, okay? Peace out. Hey.
Oh.
So, here's the thing. A couple fellas from the 5th Precinct busted a shop selling illegal iron. Sawed-offs, stun guns, mustard gas canisters. Orders from on up were to blow it all to the ground. But then I thought, maybe there's a better way to use all this stuff for a good cause. I still remember what you did for us. For me and Randy. This city needs more people like you. And I'm gonna make sure they're equipped. This one's on me, V. See you around.
Okay, that's cool. River.
Before samurai committed to seppuku, they wrote Jisei, a death poem. It contained their final thoughts about life, about death. I have read many of them of late. Some are truly works of beauty. Yet, I am not a samurai, so I bid you farewell with simple words. Rot in hell, Xero.
Well, he was not happy.
Hey, V. Jefferson Peralta's here. You know,
Oh.
Mayor of Night City. I'm calling about our recent program to tackle homelessness. What would you say about being the head of my security detail, huh? As you know, the number of people I can trust are few and far between. Next week, we're going to be raising the city's taxes. So, things might get a little hairy. Come by. We'll hammer out a good deal for you. I'm no any pincher when it comes to safety. All right. Well, we'll be in touch, V.
He looks happy and does something good.
Hey, V.
Pretty tough.
Listen,
Oh.
I was just thinking about you, so I laid out a quick tarot. I know the reading's not as strong without you here, but we haven't seen each other for so long, and well, one thing led to another. You know what I drew? The chariot, the lovers, and the sun. Looks like you've got a good life ahead of you out in the Badlands. Good luck, V. Be free.
Yeah, I'm a bit unhappy for Takamo. He could have, I think, died. We saved him. And as a result, he is not happy that Hanako died, I assume. He wanted that I would go with Arasaka and trust them, but he should have understood that I simply can't do this. Like, trusting Arasaka, like learning how bad those dudes are. That's a problem. Like, a big one. So I can't imagine just when I have to decide, not out of pure curiosity, to side with Arasaka. I would not do that. But this took a long time. I'm streaming now 13 hours. It's a really long stream now. The only difficulty spike, I wouldn't call it. The only problem in the ending, after this one section there, I thought, okay, this might be tough. We might have to shoot our way through halls of enemies or so. With better cover and stuff, I would have preferred that. But also the music is loud, right? Oh, sorry, chat, I didn't notice. We just make the music a bit less loud. Seems like the music is much louder than the rest of the game all of a sudden. Make it also a bit less loud for me. Yeah, so as a result, I don't know, Arasaka did so much wrong. The more we learned about them, and also the other corps, and I'm a bit can identify with Johnny's idea of, yeah, F the corps, and don't trust them. I would not have ever selected this thing. We saved his life, and helped him out multiple times, Takemura, and he could have just maybe, I guess it's very difficult for him to separate from the corpus because of who he is. That's part of his identity, I guess. So I can imagine that this is not easy for him, but he had a choice, and he made his choice, and he's not happy about what we did there. Like, helping Hanako and then surviving or anything, I don't know if that would be a good thing. That would be involved to the Corp again. Really, yeah, I don't see this option simply. Is, in my opinion, not that great. Yeah, I don't know. When I talked about the difficulty spike, right? Yeah, so I expect it to be difficult. The Adam Slasher, no, Crusher. No, what was his name? I can't even remember, man. Let me just double check it. Don't want to tell stupid things here. Smasher, not Slasher. That was the name. Okay, Adam Smasher was pretty easy, I have to admit. If I would have really wanted... I mean, it was easy. We one-shotted one of those mechs with our sniper rifle, and what was relatively helpful. And against him, we could have maybe beaten him even in close combat, I think. We were pretty overpowered, even though we haven't spent all the points that we had. So there was still a lot of potential that we didn't use there to get to this. And yeah, I don't know. As a result, I don't regret it. I think I somewhat like this ending. I also have the feeling it's a relatively good ending. Just leaving the city, and Judy is right. Just leave it behind. It's basically hell as condensed as city. And the big problem of this game, I think, is that we never... That a lot of things, when it comes to the main story, we had no impact on it. That's a problem. Like, I tried to wipe out the tiger claws. I killed so many of them. They just kept spawning. It had no difference. We killed some of the tiger claw bosses. Didn't do anything. I guess the only thing that worked out were the voodoo boys, because story-wise we wiped them out completely, or Alt did. And yeah, that worked. Same with the animals. They were also still there doing their animal stuff. Maelstrom we attacked and so on. I don't know. Yeah, that's the worst. Oh boy, need to drink something. So what is my conclusion to all of this? I think, yeah, that's a pretty decent ending. I'm a bit sad that we could not save Saul. I think it's just scripted. You can't do anything. I did not have the feeling I did something wrong there. Yeah. We could have sent Johnny and did this stuff. We could have decided to go with all two and send Johnny back. That might be an interesting option now, everything concerned. I think also a cool option would be the suicide run with the secret ending, because as I understand, we just storm the building. Maybe we can destroy everything there. Might be interesting. Yes, just siding. If we would side with Arasaka, I don't think that would make a good ending in any shape or form. I think this here is the best possible ending. I don't see that Arasaka's too willing to help me or whatever. So I don't know. Like I said, Takemura is the only friend I had that was related to Arasaka, and he made his decision. We tried to talk to him and say, hey, maybe leave Arasaka behind, but he can't. His codex, his honor or whatever, just forces him that I can respect, but it is his decision, and I'm on the other side of the of his code. I'm not with Arasaka. I helped him out to maybe help myself out, because that was along the way, and I tried to help Takemura a lot. We tried to get back to wash his name. We didn't do this for him, basically. We failed him in that regard, that we did not, I think, what do you say? Not undo, but get out the truth, what really happened. It was Yorinobu who killed his father, and not him or me. And yeah, for him it's a bad situation, but I think, yeah, that it is that for him it's yeah, simply not working out. Like, yeah, it's a bad situation. Maybe he should also leave everything behind if he can. But that's probably very, very difficult for him. Maybe the best thing is we let him die in the assault or something. We don't save him and just leave. So he does not have... Then we would have been a bit free. But on the other side, I know we saved him and now we let him down. That is a little sting because I can understand him. It's not like I don't understand why he says, yeah, rotten hell. Yeah, there he is. For the Japanese guys, Goro Takemura. I really like the character of him. Missions with him were great and all. But he, hoped that I would side with Hanako, and then that would bring back his honor, basically. That sadly did not happen. On the other side, we also destroyed Arasaka pretty hard with Alt destroying Mikoshi and so on. Like, there's a lot of things that just worked out there, interestingly, from my perspective, that made this quite difficult to comprehend. Also, we also got killed by Soul Killer. That's another weird aspect. And just got back into our body? That's strange. Isn't it? Now maybe the truth is, or it feels like, that Johnny Silverhand is dead. Even though he's somewhat alive, I don't know. That's still a thing to think about. Like, if you get soul killed, your soul gets killed. Or only your memories and so on. Maybe your personality. There's a digital copy of it. It could be also like an AI that basically just imitates to be you. But is it then really you? That's one of the questions the game tries to ask, and I think it makes you think about that. But it's just a very common question. I think in in Cyberpunk, and that way I think other works have delved deeper into this and this, but still it's not bad. It's more than I expect because it's an interesting thing. It's like, and what was this thing called? Oh man, my mind is not working this late anymore. I'm not sure how it's pronounced in English. Ship of, in German word Theseus saying, but I assume the English pronunciation is Theseus or something like this. The ship of Theseus, where it's about, the ship wherein Theseus and the use of Esslings returned to Crete at 30 oars and was preserved by the Athenians, blah blah blah, and so on. For they took away the old planks and they decayed, as they decayed, putting new and stronger timber in their places, in so much that the ship became a standing example among the philosophers for the logical question of things that grow. One side holding that the ship remained the same, the other side contending it was not the same. So the question is, if you replace every plank, every piece of wood of a ship, or is it then the same ship? Or if you just take all the wood, basically take it, disassemble it, and piece it back together, is it then still the same ship that it was before? That is one of the questions here. If we make a copy of our memories, of our personality, and so on, and is that then us, or is there more to it? It's a difficult to answer question, I have to say. And it's also, I don't know, interesting to think about it, but the game did not really give you an answer to this. If our mind, and it was all said this, or maybe Johnny said this at the end, that, I think it was all though, that being, in the moment we got the Soul Killer and got copied into Mikoshi and talked with Johnny and all that, we were different. We were changed, basically, if that makes any sense. Or we already changed due to Johnny being in our mind, if that makes any sense. We're not the same person anymore anyway. And then if we transfer back to our body, we change again. But on the other side, I think being human also means to change. So if changes happen, it doesn't make so. In case of the ship example, if you just remove a few rotting planks from the ship with new planks, maybe it's probably not the same ship anymore. Or maybe it is. It depends maybe from the perspective. But I think for a human being, that is definitely easy to answer, because I think every 48 days, for example, our height of our body through regeneration is completely done new. Over the course of several years, most big parts of our body are just replaced due to our nature. That's how we work. Oh no. Oh, come on, game. You kick me out in the credits? You have to be kidding me, right? Why does this game hate me so much, chat? So, technical difficulties, number 2. Love it. Inactivity. Can we just watch the credits and philosophize about this? It's really unfortunate, I feel. So, where was my thought? Yeah, in case for the human body, it is definitely not the case. I was also a different person 10 years ago than I am now. So development is part of that. In that regard. Still, there is a more underlying question when it comes to the soul and the soul killer. Like I said, you maybe in this game, in the futuristic thought, you can program somebody that mimics you, that has an AI basically that has your memories, your personality, to know how you behave, how you talk, how you would answer, how you think. It emulates all of that. And it is you. It could make a copy of, and then you exist 2 times. One as a digital version, one as the real you, or the original you, until you die, and the other one would live on or whatever. But is that then really you? I think that is pretty hard to answer. I don't have an answer for this. We might have to discuss this in a future stream or something. Yeah, that's a question. My intuition would say no, that is then not you, because somebody else. Because we don't know, even though it has the same personality, my memories and so on. If we would coexist, would we develop in the exact same direction? Probably not. We would not stay identical, because being human means consistent development further in one direction, or maybe in some direction development back in some other areas if you get older and so on. So in that regard, that is quite interesting to think about. I'm a bit annoyed that I got inactivity timeout without getting the timer shown there. That is really, really unfortunate, because we were almost through the credits. I'm not sure what now happens. If there was a save game done before the credits, or I don't know. That is a problem for this thing there. So, yeah, what is there else to say about this game? That's a difficult thing. That's really a really difficult thing. This to put this game into any perspective. I like what they did. I think, yeah, it is pretty a decent Cyberpunk game, like with all the discussion we just had, and there are a lot of things going on. Oh, we forgot a quest line. I forgot the vending machine quest. We did not continue that. Oh no, I forgot about that totally. Yeah, whatever. Just thought about what other AI and Cyberpunk stuff was in there. And yeah, that is interesting. Also, self-awareness is an interesting factor of it. You can maybe basically build a machine that responds like you would do and sounds like you, but it's not aware that it itself exists. It just is like from the outside. It is not possible to distinguish the machine from your original self, basically, because it just gives the right answers, and people see it and interact with it cannot notice any difference. At least, yeah, they can't, because even though there's development, that it's hard to predict development. Interestingly, maybe if the machine would not develop further and just stay in this state, that would be unusual, I guess, for humans. That could maybe fall, but this only can be seen over many years, I assume. So as a result, that would, if it would not be conscious that it exists, that it would be different in that way, I guess. Maybe being human is also a bit more complicated than this. Also, in case you people wonder, the game hasn't still closed the session. I'm still waiting. I'm curious what happens if I load. I'm a bit, not angry is the wrong word, but a bit annoyed by another little technical hiccup here. But whatever. And technical hiccups is probably a big problem of this game. This game released definitely a year too early. Like, they put out so many patches, gigabytes worth of patches already, fixed so many bugs in this game, and there's just so many little bugs left here and there. And the problem is, it makes the game inconsistent, and then you see something and you don't recognize, maybe is it a bug or is it a feature? It's sometimes difficult to say this, and that's a bit annoying. I don't like some of the design decisions and level design decisions here and there. Like, I feel it's a game. Some games do this trick when you, for example, there's a barrel on the ground and you strafe against it by holding D or strafing to the right. Then some games make it that you basically there's no friction and you just maybe slow down a bit, but you continue moving while moving around the object. Often they are shaped in a form that this is possible. And I know that even in the old times, this collision stuff was always, but in modern games, often they manage to avoid this less and design the stuff and put stuff into a level that is not consistently blocking your path. Well, in an ego shooter perspective, it is very difficult to have the shooting, have the first-person experience, and consistently look out in a complex or in a level where there are tons of decorative objects are around, blocking your movement. That's so annoying. I feel like for this game, what they've done for maybe a optional third-person perspective, like make me switch between them, would have been better, I think. Even though I like the first-person shooter experience of this game a lot. Like, it plays not bad, but sometimes the path blocking is really annoying. I don't know why that is. And as I said, the game has so many bugs and problems still that it's it's just unfortunate. Really, I'm a bit sad for the developers. You definitely see those people put in a lot of work to make this game. You see this everywhere, in a lot of details and a lot of things they put in, a lot of things they thought about, and so on. Did also design a lot of things pretty well. Some could need some work, some further testing, but yeah, some of the stuff is ruined. Okay, now we have the loading screen. Ruined by a lot of bugs happening all the time, which can be considered quite annoying. That is, in my opinion, very, very unfortunate. A very, very unfortunate thing that they not managed to figure out. Also, it takes like I think I'm almost loading. It always takes 10 minutes to start the game again, which is just far too long. That is far, far too long. So yeah, there are definitely some disadvantages with Cyberpunk. Playing over GeForce Now, I guess. This should be much faster. However, the bugs are a problem, and it should not have been released in this state, even though the game works for the most part. And there's some funny bugs, and funny bugs are kind of okay in an open world game, that maybe some cars fly around from time to time. That's funny, I get this, but there's also annoying bugs, like suddenly you can't get into your favorite car that you bought anymore because it's totally bugged out, or grenades falling through the ground, or I don't know. It's just a bit frustrating. Also, how armor in this game works, I don't know. I assume if we would play this game on normal, with 2000 armor that we had at the end, I think we would be almost indestructible. I think it's one of the main problems, definitely the very hard thing, and it is okay. But if you have a lot of enemies, it becomes a bit annoying. Because we die in so few hits, it's a problem, I think. However, yeah, I don't fully get it, I guess. Why the game had so many problems. At the end, it wasn't also not a big matter of, or not a matter of so many things. A lot of stuff, especially taking control away of the player. I would have loved to see more decision making here and there. Like, my favorite game of all time, Deus Ex 1, did this much better, but it was not an open world game. It was like a multi-linear game, so we had a lot of branching linear paths that you could take, but the developers put some effort into this back in the day under Warren Spector, who was the director for this game. And it's kind of an interesting story. It was done by Ironstorm, and that was founded by John Romero, I think was the name, who also developed the one of the fathers of Doom, basically, of the Doom games. And he created a new studio, and that became Ironstorm. However, yeah, this game was just ahead of its time. I have to admit, maybe some people might disagree with this, but when it comes to level design and decisions in a game like this, in a cyberpunk world, I think even though the game looks very, very dated by now, and it's a bit clunky here and there too, it came out 2000, so it's 21 years old by now, almost. I think in September it gets 21 years old. It's still ahead of its time. I have not played a game that even came close to what this game did and what I would expect. Like, even getting close to this game is one thing, but just imagine we are 20 years later and still games have trouble doing what this game does. Maybe you could argue, yeah, but this game, and it's at a much wider scope and looks better and this and whatnot. That is all true, but you have to consider this game is 20 years old. That's, in my opinion, an achievement that you can say that, yeah, this 20-year-old game still does stuff as good, if not better, than most modern games. That is, in my opinion, an achievement. And it might be also frustrating here and there and so on and so forth, but yeah, I don't know. But like the last section there, that was just not done very well in my opinion. There was a design disconnect, I felt. The game often feels pretty streamlined here and there, which is good for a modern game. But for example, the last section felt like a game from 20 years ago. I don't know why that is, with the multiple waves and the shooting. I don't fully get why that was. Like, it was, in my opinion, a bit unnecessary. Like, you bring me up there and there's no enemy, there's no danger, because all the people that could come could only come from the other side, basically. And then I go up there and let me see where the last. Oh boy, you have to be kidding me, okay? Chat. There's no save for it. Why? Why does this game hate me so much? I don't understand this. Yeah, just let it run again. Maybe we can skip a lot of dialogue. I don't know. I just hammer F7 for skipping dialogue.
Are we all set? So jack in. Let's get the hell out of here.
You got it.
Okay, we just had an interesting bug.
This is your big new beginning. So you have to start it like a real nomad. Behind the proverbial.
Oh boy. Okay, we do this again just to see the credits to the end, man. I'm so sorry for people wanting to see Resident Evil today. We will start it though, I promise.
If I don't think it just right, man.
I stream now for over 13 hours and doesn't an hour less or whatever doesn't.
I just realized something.
What?
The border wall. It wasn't here when I was little. I never imagined it would be. But I had this inkling that everything was
Not very not that loud anymore. So yeah, what else could we say about this game? Like I said, this stuff, it looks great though. Look at this, the graphics, pretty decent graphics this game has.
Everything would change there.
tail's end, too. I'm returning. Right back to where I started. Fuck.
No.
So I have to do something on the screen, I think. I'll move my mouse or press... I don't know what to do. It's just frustrating because we do have to... Again, this game really hates me now at the end, I feel. In case you wonder, I can't move. Maybe that's intended? There's also no autosave here at the end. Fantastic. Maybe there is an autosave? No, it doesn't look like it. It's also the problem. If you have a game like this... Yeah, the game is just stuck. That's what I mean. This is what makes me angry. Doing stuff multiple times is not cool in any shape or form. Developers, if your game is buggy like this, remove the effing not being allowed to save function. That is just stupid. Just be more generous with it then. Can't move. Not gonna lie. What to say there? Just hold. Can mix it up. Yeah, great. We have to do this again, man. It's so frustrating now.
Let's get the hell out of here.
You got it.
Yeah, this game... Stuff like this would not happen if the game would have been a year longer in development. This game still needs to be cooked a bit more. Not where it should be. That is so unfortunate in my opinion. It's really a great game. For the most part, it has its problem. Some stuff is totally overpowered and broken, a lot of stuff. But it's not a problem, I feel like. Because the content makes it... Maybe I make it a bit less loud for you, so we don't have to do this stuff again. Because we heard the dialogue now 50 times, I don't want to. Just imagine, it would be now 3 cutscenes further now if the game just not randomly stopped doing things. It's just so weird for me. Yeah, so that is a problem. Some people complained a bit that it's unbalanced, and I agree. A lot of stuff isn't balanced. Some of the things you get are just totally overpowered and broken, but that's not a problem because having like a power fantasy can be fun, especially if you play on a harder difficulty and you die that fast and you notice, okay, these guys gave me a lot of trouble at the beginning, and then at some point it just makes snap and things become so much easier because you feel really powerful. I think that, at least for my part, worked. That, for my part, at least worked. I knew now that this thing here is in existence, so it's not that big of a deal. I have to be focused here to drive, not to ram into. Oh man. I did not expect this stuff to kick me out of the session. I was at 9 minutes left on the timer there. The credits went on forever. Okay, now I'm autopiloting now. Great. Seems like... So yeah, the bugs in this game doesn't. You see that for full. If we are very how to say it. We're used to getting a higher quality when it comes to that. Also, this. Now, I'm still not sure what this is. Okay, if that's a bug or not, or if it says a lake beyond there, I don't know. What do you say? Spoiled, yeah. We are spoiled by a lot of other triple. Maybe that's a sea or something. Like the Mirror Mare from Lord of the Rings, I don't know. Let's just pretend it's a sea, not a bug. Because there's a reflection of the stars in it. Makes sense. Just strange that it's here. And it's flickering a bit. And yeah, I don't know. This experience is a bit annoying. Some of the quests are a bit too samey, I would say, even though some clearly have seen more effort than others, which is not a problem. Most, especially the side jobs and so on, the characters are well written. It's a lot of fun doing this. And I think I would even recommend this game with some limit to some extent. You have to know that it's still buggy, and if you ask, but when's the game fixed completely? Probably December or something. I assume they will at least take, yeah, maybe that's, I know that's probably not even a stretch, but they will need several months from now till this game is truly in a state where it is what we are used from AAA games. It's still rough around these edges. Some of those very annoying bugs need to vanish. Like, I know some limitations to where you're allowed to save and where not should not be there. I can save on PC with a button press with F5 or something. I'm not sure what's on console. Just imagine you can save that easy everywhere. You have to go into the menu or whatever, and it takes longer and so on. And you have to constantly save. How much time? I don't want to know how much time I spend in this game just saving. Also need maybe to move my mouse a bit or something. Just press escape or something. I'm not sure what happens next. If we can even skip the credits, I'm not sure about this. Also make the game louder again. Oh, fast forward. Oh, that's so great. Okay. Stuff like this I like. Congrats, you've completed the main storyline of Cyberpunk 20. We can skip it. I think we saw most of the credits. I don't just want to go through 20 minutes of credits again. But remember that Night City never sleeps. There's still so much to see and do. You can continue from your last open world checkpoint. They will have a special reward waiting for you. Would you like to keep playing? Sure thing. I'm not sure if something happens at the end of the credits. That's a problem. Like I said, I'm talking already for 20 minutes. And yeah, that's pretty unfortunate that we just got kicked out of this. Oh man, I'm a bit angry about this. Okay, I need to up the volume again for myself. Here's your reward. Congrats, you've completed the main story of Cyberpunk 27. You will find special rewards waiting for you in your inventory. Note, if any of the rewards you earned are cyberware, you will have to visit a Ripper Dog to use them instead. Inventory. Okay, we got the Archangel. No, this one here we got. Can we upgrade it now? We can't upgrade the amnesty for whatever reason. Strange. To legendary. I don't know why that is though. No, so this sets us before we were. This quest, for example, couldn't complete because it's broken, which we didn't want. We still have the other quest here. We have to revisit the quest line there at some point. I know. So yeah, there's that. I hope we didn't miss anything at the end. We could try to see the... Wait, I have an idea. We just watched the complete credits on YouTube because I can't be asked to... I also have no idea what we just got as reward for playing through. Not gonna lie there. What did we just get? An inventory looks somewhat normal. Maybe clothing or something. Yeah, maybe we got the... Yeah, we got the Aldecaldos shirt. We got Johnny's pants, Johnny's shoes, Johnny's tank top. Did we get V's tank top? No, we did not get V's tank top.
Hi there, V.
Take care.
Talk soon, V.
Nope, no new cars. Oh, wrong button. Also slightly broke. So yeah, we have a save game from here. We can save and maybe continue the other stuff from here. That might be an option after the credits, right? We should save here. Okay, fast travel to anything we want to go to? Basically not, I think. Oh, here was a side job or something. I assume it's the automat again. Yeah, but as you have seen, that is a big problem when stuff like this kicks you out and so on. Oh man, it's like sadly a bit frustrated by some of the stuff happening. Okay, so wait a minute. I have to do it on another screen, I think.
What are you doing? I'm perfectly satisfied with my appearance, thank you very much. Sir, please stop.
You'll do fucking what?
I could make you a cup of tea. How?
You deaf? He asked you to do something. Politely.
Chill the fuck out. It's just an SCSM.
Please, just leave me alone. Do it for your mother. I know Helen's very worried about you.
The fuck? How you know my ma?
You know him?
Not personally, but his mother sometimes drops by for coffee. She says I'm a great listener. Can't argue with that.
You talking shit about my mama? I'll fuck you up!
Be chilled, alright? Brendan didn't mean anything by it. It's not in his nature.
How could he mean anything? He's a fucking SCSM, and he's collecting data on my mom!
It's called having a memory. It's pretty standard these days.
Trying to be smart with me? Why are you defending him? This pile of rust collecting dirt on me for the fucking corpse, yo! Who knows? Maybe you're a Corpo agent, too! Who the fuck do you work for, huh? Go to the NCPD! Psychosis!
NCPD! Boy, I was scared to my core. I thought he'd paint some mean things on me. The humiliation. Say, since we've been through so much together, I guess that makes us...
I didn't hit him there initially. Feel bad about that. Or knock him out, not kill him. Oh, I think our shockwave just killed him.
What are you doing? I'm perfectly satisfied with my appearance, thank you very much. Sir, please stop.
Or you'll do fuck...
You deaf? He asked you to do something. Politely.
Chill the fuck out. It's just an SCSM.
Please, just leave me alone! Do it for your mother. I know Helen's very worried about you.
The fuck? How you know my mom?
You know him?
Not personally, but his mother sometimes drops by for coffee. She says I'm a great listener. Can't argue with that.
You talking shit about my mama? I'll fuck you up!
Be chilled, alright? Brendan didn't mean anything by it. It's not in his nature.
How could he mean anything? He's a fucking SCSM, and he's collecting data on my mom!
It's called having a memory. It's pretty standard these days.
Trying to be smart with me? Why are you defending him? This pile of rust collecting dirt on me for the fucking corpse, yo! Who knows? Maybe you're a Corpo agent, too! Who the fuck do you work for, huh?
Thank you, V. Boy, I was scared to my core. I thought he'd paint some mean things on me. The humiliation. Say, since we've been through so much together, I guess that makes us best friends. That calls for a discount.
Thanks, Brendan.
Don't worry, you deserve it. You're one tough cookie, and yet so nice.
Not to everyone.
I couldn't be mean even if I wanted to. Especially to you. Can't speak ill of the dead, right?
Wait a moment.
Wait, what?
You're not supposed to be here, and yet, here you are. Like a glitch in the system. Or a demon coded by a brilliant netrunner. You know what demons are capable of, right, V?
How did you know that?
Surprised? Lots of people come to me. So, I listen to them and learn how they talk. I caught your name once or twice and pieced together the puzzle. Not bad for a CSM, right?
How about... We'll talk later, alright? Catch you later, Brennan.
Okay. That is an interesting mission. That was a surprise. We could even complete this thing because it's relatively short. I'm still sorry that we screwed up again. Yeah, but like I said, stuff should be more consistent in this game. And it is, of course, in parts very, very annoying. I have to admit. Some stuff doesn't work so well, and so on. Seems like we could keep the stuff we got during that mission, at least some of it. We did not keep the weapons, only the amnesty. We got the Aldecaldos jacket. Just a few things. I'm not sure what else we might have missed there. Strange. They were very interesting. I forgot about this quest, but yeah, that would have delayed us even further. Let me just check if there... At the end there is some stuff. In the trailer, in the credits. We didn't watch the credits completely. All end credits, that must work. Okay, maybe it was running in circles then? Nope, then nothing happened. Okay, we don't have to rewatch the credits. Kind of happy about that. Let's skip time ahead again. And go back to our friend. Be curious if we get a follow-up quest or something. We can't call our friend, but... Uh-oh, where's Brandon?
Wait, where's Brendan?
They just came and took him, just like that. They said they had to reevaluate part of his code. I tried stopping them, told him he was my best friend. They looked at me like I was crazy.
If they just talked to him, they'd have realized Brendan isn't your typical schism.
I knew it couldn't have just been me. He's like a real person. They took him to a maintenance point. One of them must have felt sorry for me or something. He gave me his card. Bring him back, please. I can't do this without him.
Okay, that's also kind of interesting thing. Coin-operated boy. 2 kilometers. Yes, try teleporting here. I mean, whatever, right? So some missions we missed, just so nobody can say, yeah, you forgot this mission here. I don't know. I said I recommend this with limitations. Just to jump back like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, the problem with this game is be aware that there are bugs and that it's annoying, and maybe wait for this game to be patched. If this game is patched though, I think it's a really fantastic game for the most part, with some problems here and there. Of course, I sometimes complain. I do this a lot, especially if I'm very frustrated. Then I get a bit whiny. I hate this side, but you also have to maybe get that or understand that my patience is also a bit limited, and sometimes it piles just up. Frustrational scene after frustrational scene.
Somebody pinch me. How can I help you?
Talk to the clerk. Is this a clerk? Yes.
Your place. What is it exactly?
Welcome to your local soft sys service point. Give new life to old tech.
You fix equipment. Seriously. People actually do that instead of buying new?
With the amount of customers we get, find myself asking the same question day after day.
Here to see Brendan. Guess somebody brought him here.
What Brendan's that again?
Seriously? When your energy's low, grab a drink to go, 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 or however it is.
That schism they brought in. He really does have some of the catchiest slogans, don't he? But hey, look, I can't let you back there. Can't afford to have to break something even worse.
Got no idea what you're tinkering with. Brendan's unique. Damn near miracle of science. Bet the bank you've never come across a machine with that kind of cognitive matrix. For an AI to exist in such a small...
All right, Jesus, you know your stuff. Trust you won't break nothing. Go check on your little miracle while its firmware gets updated.
He's getting updated?
Well, I'll be darned. What a pleasant surprise. You came to say your final goodbyes?
What do you mean? You're not getting scrapped, are you? You were making bank.
Thanks for the compliment, but I guess that's the problem. Seems like I was unfair competition in the SCSM market. They're updating my system as we speak, to make me sound less like a real person. My boss really didn't like that. I reportedly creeped customers out. Stupid Brendan. Why did I say stuff they didn't want to hear about themselves? If somebody wants a therapy session, they go to a psych doc. Not a soda machine.
No, not load. Save. Come on, game. Faster. I don't want to do just a quick save. We'll do a manual save here.
I suspected as much. You're not actually an AI, are you? At least not anywhere close to an AGI. The processing power required to handle an AI with the capacity for free will? Well, your processor just isn't big enough.
And you'd be correct. Say, you must be a pretty good techie.
Your code monkey deserves a prize. Best convo emulating algorithm I've ever interacted with. Almost had me fooled.
You seem slightly disillusioned.
Well, who else could say their friend was a schism? It was almost crazy enough to be beautiful.
Looks like the update'll soon be complete. Tell Theo that I'll miss her. You thought I'd be sad, didn't you? As if I really was a sentient being. A real person? I'll tell you my last joke in the voice of a dying hero. What else can you do but laugh in the face of death? So, how about it?
You know what? Go for it. I could learn to laugh like that too.
Don't get all mushy on me now, V. You have to keep living. Tell Theo that she's stronger than she thinks.
Don't worry, Brendan. I'll tell her.
Hey, V, where was Johnny Silverhand when the bomb at Arasaka Tower went off?
I don't know, where?
All over the place. Literally. Software update installed successfully.
Goodbye, Brendan. I'll miss you.
Okay, we have to talk to her. Okay, that was a very funny quest. Really interesting stuff, right? Still playing this game. 14 hours. I didn't imagine that the game has 14 hours of content still left. Bit surprised by that. But it's a fascinating game in so many ways. Like this stuff here is just great.
Who cares about your customers? Doesn't anybody realize you're sentient? It's like giving somebody a lobotomy or worse. They're scooping out your entire consciousness.
Oh. Now things make sense. You thought I'd reached AGI levels of artificial intelligence? Don't I wish? I'm just a talking SCSM, with an algorithm that's just a bit too proficient in normal human conversation.
What about Theo? You said she was pretty. You comforted her.
I was taught what beauty and empathy meant from my conversations with customers.
I figured as much. And to think you pulled that off on your own.
Looks like the update'll soon be complete. Tell Theo that I'll miss. You thought I'd be sad, didn't you? As if I'll tell you my last joke in the voice.
You know what? Don't worry, Brendan.
Hey.
I don't know where.
All over the place. Literally. Software update installed successfully.
Goodbye, Brendan. I'll miss you.
The weird thing is he questions some of the stuff himself. That's usually a sign for that, but like I said, it's really difficult to differentiate this for obvious reasons. But yeah, stuff like this is pretty great. Somebody wrote this, somebody recorded this and so on. Made this funny little robot thing. Vending machine. It's pretty cool. I think they, like I said, they did a great job at so many places when it comes to this game. It's really fantastic, and yeah, it's just so many little problems that's holding this game back, and it could have been more if they just had more time to polish everything. But like I said, maybe in a few months, maybe around December when this game is out a year, because you have to think about this. They planned for releasing free DLCs for this game and so on, but they didn't yet. Not even announced it. Because I think they are still so focused on fixing this game, because they still almost a year worth of work is there.
So, did you find him? Where is he? Is he coming back?
That's a thing to consider.
I found him. Told me to tell you that you're strong inside. Always were.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad, right? I'm just worrying for nothing, aren't I? Just blowing things out of proportion, assuming the worst. Typical.
I got there too late. They updated his system.
Is that bad news?
The Brendan you knew is gone. They replaced him with some generic AI that's gonna be in every schism. He told me to tell you that he'll miss you.
Fuck! Oh. I mean, thanks. Damn it. That stupid robot was the best thing to happen to me in months. You know, Brendan got me out of a really dark place. Doesn't matter who or what he really was.
I'm gonna miss him too.
This mission definitely raises some questions, I have to admit. Which tests the other dialogue option though, because it's kind of fascinating. I'm bad at decisions and I'm so curious to what the other options might be. Another reason why we took forever to play through this game. Even though I really tried to focus on progress today. We did, of course, waste 20 minutes on making a picture, but that's just 20 minutes, right? So, yeah, we made it.
I found them. Told me to tell you that you're strong inside. Always were.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad, right? I'm just worrying for nothing, aren't I? Just blowing things out of proportion, assuming the worst. Typical.
I got there too late. They updated his system.
Is that bad news?
What makes you say that? He was just a robot. His algorithm collected data to replicate human speech. He wasn't real.
Brendan pulled me out of a really dark place in my life. Are you gonna tell me that wasn't real?
Brendan might have seemed real, but you're actually real, Theo.
That robot was nicer than all of the people in this gonk city combined! If Brendan wasn't real, then fuck being real! You could go if you want. Thanks for your help.
Take care, Theo.
I like the other answer, the other conversation pass better. Not gonna lie there. Still very interesting because, yeah, sometimes interesting. That's exactly what we spoke about in a nutshell. It's the driving through the desert. What does it? Or through the credits. What does it mean? The ship of Theseus. If it's just a machine reacting to you and so on, is it then really a real person? Is it, etc. Pretty cool missions, but yeah, this is the stuff this game does really well.
I got there too late. They updated his system.
Is that bad news?
What makes you say that? He was just a robot. His algorithm collected data to replicate human speech. He wasn't real.
Brendan pulled me out of a really dark place in my life. Are you gonna tell me that wasn't real?
I guess, in a way, the human brain's like an operating system, right? If what he did for you was real, then that must make him real too.
He existed, didn't he? The nicest person in Night City. Anyway, thanks for everything.
Take care, Theo.
And where's she going?
People say Actress is an AI. Explains why he finishes top at every tournament.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Get an honest job.
Kind of sad. I go with this outcome here. Okay, Jay, what do we say about this? It's kind of, yeah, interesting. Stuff like this is, like I said, the dialogue in this game, some characters are really, really great. Some ideas, pretty cool. It's just the technical side of things that holds the game back. But those, I guess, can be fixed. And it seems like CD Projekt is committed for this to be fixed in any time in the future. Let me just check if there's more missions. No, there's no thing. Could skip time, I think. Okay, this quest is still broken, sadly. So yeah, I don't know what to say about this, chat. I don't know what to say. Wait for this game. It's fantastic. Graphic cards are hard to get anyway. I would not recommend it on a standard PlayStation 4 at all. Play it at least on a Pro, if not on a PlayStation 5 or the pendant from Microsoft, like at least an Xbox One X or a Xbox Series S or Series X. That should decently run the game, I assume. Yeah, beyond that, I don't know. No idea what to say about this. Fantastic. I will miss this game a bit, I have to admit. I guess a lot of people are really happy that I've now finished it, and we have to pump in so much time to do this. Yeah, and as said, some stuff isn't that greatly designed. Thanks again. Seriously, you have no idea how good it feels to leave the house and not have to look over the shoulder every 2 seconds. You are amazing. Glad to hear. If you ever find yourself in Tokyo, hit me up. I'll show the most novel clubs. I'm forever in your debt. Thanks for the offer. Maybe someday. Tokyo? Channel seem pretty slim. How about just grab some dinner? Okay, I'm really curious about this option now. Like, I think those messages are often a way to do things, but I assume this. kind of weird answer, because we basically do the same as the stalker or whatever, or some fans and stalkers that you try to prevent. Just curious about.
Don't forget, you're worth it.
And this. Pretty creepy stuff. Not creepy, but yeah, I don't know. Definitely out of character. At least how I imagine him. So there's some stuff. Why didn't we get this message earlier though?
Don't forget, you're worth it.
Why do we have the same answer again? Is that strange? Yeah, stuff like this again. Like, I don't get it, chat. Do you get it? Like, the dialogue makes no sense. Sometimes the order is messed up. These are so many little details that are just messed up in this game. Like, when you a simple thing like text messages, you just see how pressured on time they were. When stuff like this, I wouldn't say it's simple, but yeah, it should not. The order of text messages in the game shouldn't be wrong. Yeah, it's not the fault of the it just needs more time to fix stuff like this. I don't know why it's 2 times the same message. Feels like it's wrong. But yeah, sometimes the message order is wrong and sort of think, hey, what's going on? You can't make any sense out of it. Just needs to be still a little bit of work. But okay. Oh, that's Johnny Silverhand's gun. I'm a bit sad that I forgot to take it with me. Just curious if the Aldecaldo jacket also is here somewhere. think we missed something here, but also I assume there are some things that are related to not not Arasaka, but related to what's it called? The origin stories. Pretty cool. So this might mark the end for Cyberpunk. Here on the stream we make the secret ending at one point we tried out, but not today. That's a thing for another stream. I checked the credits, there is nothing more. Sorry for skipping so much, I'm really tired and keeping my thoughts together is kind of difficult. Yeah. Recommendation of this game. That is a thing. What do I recommend it? Maybe not right now. I say with the last few patches it got better, but expect a rough ride if you should consider getting this and playing this. Maybe wait a few more patches and see what they fix. There's just so much in this game that needs fixing desperately, and I don't mind if some animation transitions aren't really good or clean, but stuff like this, that like some game-breaking stuff. At the end, you see, I had a bug and I couldn't move the ship anymore to reload and do the same stuff again. If you're already not in the best mood, that is just really annoying. But you have to get through it. And like I said, the game does a lot of stuff right, but of course, a lot of stuff seems to be missing in this game here and there. Curious how they will expand this with DLCs. But still, we played this game for really, really a long time. Like, we have 177 hours here on this clock, or what, something like ridiculous like this. Probably it's more because of all the reloading stuff and trying stuff out and so on. That took a big part. So yeah, we just played. You can play this much faster if you just read through it faster. Don't try everything, or I don't know. And we didn't even do all the quests. That's the worst part about all of that. But yeah, we did a lot of things and had a good time. Johnny Silverhand is a really cool character. The chemistry has with V at the end, when you have to decide, okay, we separate. From now you kind of miss him. Like the snarky comments from the background, even though it's annoying, and it's exactly that. You kind of glad that, I guess, if he became part of yourself for some reason, and as a result you know a lot about him. And as a result, yeah, he became somehow a loved one. He also changed as a character a little bit, I have to say, over the course of the game. At the beginning he was really, really an absolutely annoying asshole, you could say, or the game says. And yeah, but you learn to like him, and he also moves and becomes more likable. Especially all the Ben stuff. I thought that was really well written. Was really interesting to see. Like some cool character development. You saw how stuff was really important to him and so on. That was pretty great to see. So overall, it's still somewhere inside a huge list of problems. There's also a pretty decent game. It's pretty good. Maybe not. It's not definitely not the game of the century or something like that. That is absolutely not true. But yeah, we talked about Deus Ex, how it still does stuff better. It's often with games like these, you play them and you see the potential of the game, and then you notice, oh no, it doesn't manage to reach out. Like a lot of time, the game takes control away from you. I don't know. You're in some weird mission and then you can't change your weapons, you can't craft for whatever reason. You think, okay, you can't. I also hope to, doing the end missions, that I would be able to maybe take some weapons away. I would love to shoot Adam Smasher with Johnny's weapon, but I forgot to, when I was in the base still, I forgot to take it away. When I thought about it, I did not have the opportunity to get it, and I did not want to reload. We might do this another time. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a special game. I don't regret playing it. I had an absolute most of the time fun playing it, and only some small decisions like I said, some level design, some backtracking. At the end, the 2 or 3 waves that come attacking the base, they were a bit annoying for my taste. Could have done this better. You can't save in between for whatever reason and think, okay, why? Why make it more complicated than it needs to be? Yeah, if I don't... My opinion on saving is, of course, it fuels save scammers that I have to constantly save, but especially when the game crashes so much and you die in one of a few hits, you just keep on saving. It's just doing this. I would save much less if there wouldn't so many problems. And the fear of, oh no, I have to replay stuff again that I just played 5 minutes ago. I don't want that. Stuff like that is pretty annoying. Like, I don't know. Could have done some stuff in the game much smoother, because the game already ruined the illusion that something happens in the game because it's urgent. Because never that happens. We always have all the time in the world. And then, yeah, I don't know, stuff placing a laptop with a file that is like, I don't know, half a page to read. Why do you do this when there's waves coming attacking you? You don't have time. It feels so off place, and the game doesn't stop when you read mails on a laptop. It doesn't make sense. Places, I don't know, inside the other machine, or I don't know, it's just really unpleasant. Then I bring Mitch and Carol, I think, whoever it was, I bring him up to this tower there so they can control the drilling machine, and then I have to go back all the way. It makes no sense. It feels so unsmooth in that regard. There's no reason why I need to go up there. Why doesn't Soul go up with them and protect them when I'm needed, when you expect that there are more people coming or something? In my opinion, it felt like nonsensical a bit here and there, and made it frustrating when you just spam like 12 enemies at me and I die in one hit. I know that's due to the difficulty, and maybe with more armor I might have been more durable there. It was also on very hard. Let's double check if it's very hard, just for curiosity's sake. Yeah, we're on very hard here, as you can see. And yeah, I don't know. That is a bit unfortunate. There are some frustrating parts in this game where you have to replace stuff. You can't save in certain options. Just let me save whenever I want. I would like that. Okay, not being able to save in combat, I can understand that, to be honest. But you can work around that. There are just some... You could just make some parts a little bit more smooth. Like, I already criticized the movement a bit. I know if I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one. But it feels like the world is designed for third-person movement, but you play it as a first-person character. So you don't see where you're going when you're strafing left and right. And the character just constantly can't move. You think, okay, why can't I move further to the left? Because something's blocking my path. But at the same time, I have to shoot at the enemies, and from the first-person perspective. You solve this with a third-person perspective, this problem. And I think the immersion of this game, I think this game is really good as a first-person thing, but some of the stuff needs some reconsideration or some different solutions, like making things less blocking. Like, everything that is higher than, like, let's say 30 centimeters blocks my path. I can't walk over that. There's a certain threshold, and then you can't. It's not counted as a stair, basically, or as a step which your character just moves over. And as a result, you just bump against everything. You don't know where it is. Especially if it's very low on the ground, you don't see it from when you're in the middle of a fight. Also, don't tell me story stuff in the middle of a fight. I know it's unrealistic, but for example, I still have no idea how Teddy and I have no idea how Bob died. I have no idea how they died, because I was so busy shooting, and oozing in all the information. Probably some people can do this better, but especially if you're streaming, watching a chat, looking if the stream is running, if the bars for your volume are good, and so on. I constantly check this because you get a bit paranoid when you had trouble with this in the past. And then also maybe I'm blind sometimes. I don't see what's going on to the top, and then reading the text, shooting, flying, I don't know, hearing multiple people talk over each other. It's very unfortunate. You have to structure it a bit better to do this. Don't give me the important stuff while doing this. It felt a bit chaotic there. Maybe they wanted to be chaotic because that's how a mission like this is. It is chaotic. The problem is though, communication-wise, excuse me, Tion. A sequence of a game or in a film, you can structure it better that it's less chaotic, and I know there needs to be a bit of fine-tuning here and there, I feel. Sometimes I also hate that characters call you in the middle of a dialogue with another character. It's just, why is that in the game? Give me a button to make it. Also, it's annoying that sometimes dialogue options or dialogues with other characters block you can't shoot anymore, or you can't throw a grenade. It piles up. Like, there's a lot of things that can pile up, and if you just die, like I did, because I'm bad and stupid, of course, but also because of little stuff like this, it piles up, and then suddenly you get really frustrated by it, even though it doesn't need. And then the rest of this mission was a piece of cake. I think didn't we even die once? Maybe, yeah. Here, I'm not sure, but it was pretty easy here and then. Then the same problem is with the consistent thing here. Let me go into the menu real quick. This here, you only have to live such a long time, then the relic malfunction. That's a huge problem, because it's on every 24 or 30 something hours we get this malfunction, and maybe it's a bit random or whatever. There's like a check, I don't know, and you feel it. It breaks the immersion because it happens so often, and I can sit literally there and do it 40 times in a row, nothing happens. But it kind of feels strange when I then go into this mission. Oh no, now it got worse. It feels a bit. It feels too scripted. It breaks the immersion in that regard. Maybe using these relic malfunction attacks, or whatever you want to call them, less frequent would have been more for the game, in my opinion. Like, maybe in specific cutscenes implemented like that. Don't bring into because they don't add anything. The contrary, they basically make you, whatever. Oh, another relic function. It's like I had to sneeze or something. Yeah, it's basically like, oh, today I sneezed. Great, let's move on with it. Nothing to see here. It doesn't add any urgency. Of course, if you would bring to the extreme, you could put it on a timer and you have to complete the game, else you die and it's game over and something like that. You can't do this. It's too frustrating, especially in a 100-hour-long game or something. You know what I mean? And yeah, that makes things really difficult. Really, really difficult. I would also say, like I said, the balancing is off, but for power fantasy it works. And I died a lot of times. I know I'm not the best shooter player, so there's that. I also maybe never used cover really well. I have to admit that too. Could have made a lot of things here and there easier. I'm really tired. We could have done stuff a lot less here and there. Like, I could have avoided a lot of deaths. I should have not reloaded so many times. Maybe positioned myself a bit smarter. I don't know. Maybe not play on very hard. I don't know. We just tried to get better loot on very hard and wanted to set it back anyway because we started on hard. But at the end, it became so easy that even very hard was not really a problem, except for some annoying passages in the game. And every game has a right to have annoying passage. But it's especially annoying if it feels clunky, and that is a big problem, a technical problem of the game. Like I said, a dialogue pops up. Suddenly, I can't switch my weapon anymore. I can't, zoom in. I can't throw a grenade or anything. It just feels so clunky. I feel, okay, I have done this in other combat situations. There was not a problem there. Why is it Why does it have to be a problem here? Stuff like this should not be. It's not a smart idea if you're in a stealth mission and the button to skip dialogue is by standard C, which is a button to sneak. You say, why would you do this? Oh, welcome back. How does the game? We finished it. I'm just explaining my thoughts and recommendations, so you missed that. We also discussed a bit of what does it mean to be human, and yeah, having a long monologue here with myself basically. But welcome back, Ernest Winter. So if you would ask, would I recommend this game? Yeah, I had really a blast. There were some sections I found frustrating, some design decisions. Quest, you could ask if they were great, like putting skip dialogue on the same button as crouch. And then just imagine you play stealth and skip dialogue constantly because you press the C button and the moment a dialogue pops up out of nowhere. Or getting called in a firefight, or getting called while you're in a dialogue with another. Stuff like this should not be in the game. They could have done this better. Oh, you're not by yourself. Nice. Darkspark33 is here. Thank you, man. Nice to have you here. Yeah, there's a lot to process here because I just played this game for, I don't know, 200 hours or so or more. I don't know. It's yeah, fascinating. I have to admit, it's still a great game. I would fully recommend it, but maybe wait a few more patches. Like this game, wait maybe a month or two, or if you don't mind about some of the bugs we encountered. Like for example, this stupid bug in the elevator. You remember that one? Where I had to go here, yeah, unequip this weapon and drop it on the ground, hit the button and grab the sniper rifle so it does not vanish through a weird bug out of my inventory. So, I mean, like, press the button, grab it up, works again. It's just unnecessary stuff like this. And yeah, it's so sad that this game is held back by so many technical problems, and there was more to it. Like, for example, some of the mods here I read online don't work. Let me just see. Yeah, this one here, the Dead Eye didn't work. It was fixed with patch 1.2 or something, but until you downloaded patch 1.2, this thing did not work in the game. Like, it has stats, but they did nothing. That is, yeah, pretty unfortunate stuff. Like I said, the game gives you not good information here and there. For example, there should be an information does not stack. For example, I'm not sure if bully stacks. Maybe, maybe not. We will never know. Well, we could try it out if I'm honest, but let me just see if it would stack. I have an idea how to test it. So for people wondering if this, if bully stacks now, we can try this. We go to stats. We have 131% with this cap. We go in here. Put bully one time in. Now we see the stats. 200. It went up. 361. Put in another one. Stats 291. It stacks, it seems. Maybe diminishing returns, not sure. Another third bully. Stats 420. Okay, it's stats. I'm gonna ask what part of the game you enjoyed most. You mean part in the sense of section of the game, or what component of the game? Just curious before I can answer this in general. Maybe also on Oriana's Winter, a component. Okay. I would say, what did I enjoy most? I have to say the best part of the game are definitely characters, dialogue, writing. I think that is just, there's no competition for this inside of this game. It's just, I don't know, you learn the characters, you learn Misty, Victor at the beginning, and also Jackie at the beginning, then all the side characters, Panam, the quest with River Ward, I found were really amazing. Carrie Eurodyne and so on. Even Johnny Silverhand, it's just, I don't know. In my opinion, it's one of the best components of the game. Mechanic-wise, I would say the shooting is really fun in this game, I have to admit. I can't recommend melee. I can recommend melee combat with a weapon. Fist combat and the stupid boxing fights in the game I can't recommend, even though it works, but it's not ideal. Boxing in this game, not the best. But combat in general I also enjoyed, I think. I have to admit I haven't done too much with this here, like with getting for certain builds, but also not bad. But if one thing stood out the most, it's definitely characters. And the rest isn't that bad too. Some stuff is better than others, some stuff is worse. And also the side quests where those characters can shine and put them in a certain angle, also done really well. So that component, I would say, enjoy the most. Have you, Darkspark, have you played the game yourself or just watched it? And I think Oriana's Winter also said he wanted to maybe play it himself. Maybe I put you off a little bit. I know, or maybe now you're basically spoiled. Even though I think you haven't seen the complete ending, so there's that. Really curious what you think. Did you like watching this? Was this interesting? Yeah, after watching you play it, I'm still gonna give it. That's good to hear. Like I said, it's we still have some quests that I haven't done for reasons. And I think, yeah, we talked also a bit about potential in this game and stuff like this. If you would just flesh those quests out, just squeeze some more options into some of the quests, like give me another way to solve it. I don't know. That might have worked in some way. But also, yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot to discuss. Like, if I also think about maybe sometime making a video about this game, but there's so many topics I would like to talk about. I'm also happy to hear that you enjoyed the stream and the discussion here. Glad to hear. There's just, yeah, some. For example, this place here. I never played. I never will. Not my type of game, but watch a lot of games. I don't play. You have a very interesting way of breaking games down and explaining things. Thank you, much appreciated. Really much appreciated. I think I'm not the most entertaining person when it comes to this, but I like overthinking things and breaking it down and considering it. And sometimes I'm also a whiner, I feel. That's what I don't like about myself, I have to admit. But especially if stuff doesn't get my way. But yeah, that is true. Like the city is maybe a weird comparison, but it's a bit like do you guys know Silent Hill? In a way, Silent Hill, okay, it's maybe a spoiler, but maybe it's maybe it's too spoiler. Let's ask the answer. Don't want to spoil too much. It's not a really. You could consider it a spoiler. I'm not sure, but maybe you know somewhat about this Silent Hill series. Not spoiling a particular part, but just a basic sort of what Silent Hill is. Else, I would phrase this differently. It's an old horror game series. Yeah, I would say is it horror? Yeah, I guess it is. And it's nothing to do with this game, but just there's a basic concept of this game. You can spoil any game from my account. It doesn't bother me, at least on my end. And show it's with Oriana's Winter, or maybe some other people. If there are other people in chat lurking in the background, they could also say. You just grab a drink here very quick. Okay, so I think Oriana's Winter has not answered yet, but I assume then he's maybe not available for a moment. And so in Silent Hill is basically like it's a village where this game plays, and there's a lot of interpretations what this, but one interpretation is that this place is basically hell or a link to it in a very psychological way, though, if that makes any sense. It's pretty hard. You learn this relatively, it's an interpretation of what you go through the game. It's not directly, but it's indirectly. It's hard to explain. However, I played Satan back in the day, long ago. Oh, okay. So yeah, Silent Hill 2 is also one of my favorite games of all time, I have to admit. And this place here, Night City, it's a bit like, it has a similar idea, I think. Because the game makes no secret out of this. This is Night City, and Night City, for some strange reason, is supposed to be this construct. It's like an idea of a place, like we had at the ending, of endless opportunity, but it's also eating you and maybe killing you in the process. Yeah, it's like a living thing, and the idea is that this construct of a city basically takes a life of its own, if that makes sense. Like, it's also like a living being, but it's an evil living being, and being inside the city also makes something with you. Of course it's not hell, but the concept of, this is like a nightmare version of like utopia. This is very dystopian in many ways. Like, just think about it. We can just go through the street and I wouldn't say shoot anyone. They're like the civilians, and the civilians are just also suffering under the concept of this hell city in a way. But every gang member, every fixer, all of them, you could just kill them, and then you could say, they probably deserved it. It's very rarely that you meet like a good person in the city. It's the exception. Most people are terrible in this city. We discussed this in the earlier stream, like when we discussed if it was smart to execute this or kill this manager woman that had no what do you call it? No empathy. Let me just double check my vocabulary. Yeah, conscience. That's, I think, the word. Is it pronounced like that? I know what I mean, right? It's late, and English words sometimes not coming to my mind.
Conscience.
Conscience. That's how I pronounce it. Good. Yeah, the city is that evil. Kind of disgusting. Yeah, it's really disgusting in that way. In Resident Evil, in Silent Hill, it's totally different, though. It's like hell more as some kind of weird punishment, if that makes sense, and for very twisted people. In this thing here, it's not a punishment. You could in some way say that the people living here make the city to what it is, because it's a collection of bad people, in a sense, and it's somehow beautiful and interesting in that regard, because you have so many opportunities and maybe some kind of freedom, but it's also oppressing you in a way. And this concept is very strong, and as a result, there's no redemption here or anything. That is why I think leaving with Panam is the best thing we could have done. Just get out of this hell. And Judy in the last message in the credits also said so. Dude, if you can leave Night City, do it. It's just better. Eerie is a word for Silent Hill. Yeah. That's probably a better word. You agree? Yeah, exactly. It's not horror, it's eerie. However, she says it, and that is exactly that. But for some reason, people feel the urge to live in this city for this. It's a depressing place in so many areas. You go through the street and see all those poor people living like, I don't know, in a valley and then get shot by some crazy dude for no reason. Or not even a crazy dude. Sometimes the Arasaka dudes or some Corpo dudes, yeah, somebody hide there in this camp of homeless people. Let's go there, and just to make sure he doesn't escape, we kill just everything, and he will be among the dead, right? And then problem solved. And it has no empathy, no conscious, nothing in this regard. Never looking back, and it makes it a very terrible, terrible place. And you ask why are we here in the first place? The smartest thing we could have done from the beginning is say, I don't know, let's pack all my friends into a bus and leave the city and never come back. That he should have done from the beginning instead of, and it's all this, you become a legend, and there are some terms here of this that are try to suggest some romantic here, but I don't really see that there's any romantic about this city, because it's just the most terrible place on earth, basically, as one city. And yeah, I don't know. Still, that is, the dystopian city is of course very cyberpunk-esque. Cyberpunk-esque. That is definitely true. But yeah, I don't know. It's the story and the concept of the world building evolves a lot around this city being like a living thing to some degree. And it's not like that I don't like that, but making the city to one big living thing has one problem, in my opinion. That is also different. It depends on your own preference, opinion, whatever. Let me just put out mine. Yeah, a city riddled with violence and corruption, exactly. Let me just try to explain this a bit better. The problem with this is that as such, if we zoom out now and see the city, we have an overall theme of the city. And in a way, like, you could say if every story ends on a happy end and every story is good and nice and whatnot, it also becomes somewhat predictable in a way and somewhat boring. You might also get so used to this kind of construct, and it's just the other color, basically. It's the dark color here. Yeah, every person has a scheme. Every person has dirt or has a dirty past and has a background that of violence, of corruption. Yeah, and you think, oh man, why am I even talking to those people? There's rarely anything good you find in the city, and it's just all the same. And as a result, you it becomes a bit similar in a way. Of course, there are also different notes, but often they feel like an exception because all this place is in general simply bad, and that as a result, it would have been nice. I mean, a good example is what is he called? Also, I'll answer your question in a moment. Let me just finish this thought. Mr. Elizabeth Paralys, that's the name, and her husband. I forgot the first name of her husband. Man, why is Jefferson Paralys? There he is. Yeah, they are somewhat good. They are very nice people. I remember finishing the quest and being somewhat destroyed or devastated by it because what they are doing to them. So we found out at the end of this quest line that they are messing with their brains and maybe even implementing false memories into them, trying to manipulate them without them knowing. And as a result, these are really good people that wanted to maybe change something. Of course, they might have here and there also their characteristics that makes him, maybe he's a bit, I don't know, English words not coming. What do you call it? Stur. What is it in English? Stubborn, yeah, of course. Maybe he's a bit stubborn, but that's a normal range for a character, if that makes any sense. But with what happens to them. There is a force that does terrible things basically to them, and you want to stop it, but you can't because the game doesn't allow you. You are, yeah, like when, and of course, having Perilous becoming mayor and being now the good guy and transforming the city into an utopia, yeah, that can't happen because it's against the concept of the city. So they also go, and then they just snap the writers and put in a force that is more powerful than I am, and I can't do anything against them, and they are too powerful, whatever. And I feel like it's somewhat problematic if you do this. If you would do this as one quest alone, sure, that would work, but every quest is almost like that. There's always something, some corpo, some I don't know what, that is just too powerful for you to deal with. And you could accept this, but in a way, you're also living like in a power fantasy that is just beyond everything. Because, I don't know, I do 1 million damage when I shoot somebody in the head, and it's no way he survives. Only boss enemies survive some of the shots because of damage reduction. That's the only way for them to survive. Just imagine I had a perk that would ignore armor, which exists, I think, in the game, just for tech weapons. So, and yeah, as a result, I would say, yeah, that is a bit problematic in that way, because as a result, everything is dark and you have no nuance in it. Or nuance, not no nuance, but nuance get lost, is missing here and there. And then you always expect, okay, what's the dark, annoying, or the dark, corrupt, grim twist here in this mission? Oh, okay. In truth, he's a psychopath. Or with the vending machine we just did the quest line for. What's the twist here? Yeah, of course, he's just a robot, and we thought he would be a friendly thing, but in truth, he's just a machine emulating someone who's friendly. And of course, this raises some discussion, and you could argue maybe he developed some kind of self-awareness, but it is, yeah, still like said, it's always the same. That's a bit of a problem, because, and the reason for that is because this is a living bad thing, this city. You also come to a question, sorry for ignoring it for so long. Let me ask a question. Have you ever heard or seen of the movie Strange Days? It has some of the same futuristic themes and evil. It was pretty good. I think came out in 95. I think I've heard about it, but I've not seen it. So maybe could have answered this a bit earlier. Sorry for letting you wait so long, then have like this this annoying answer here. Yeah, I do have right. 1995. Interestingly produced by James Cameron. That's interesting. Maybe should look into it. But yeah, watch it. There's nothing like it. Very underrated film. Okay, I put this on a list. How do I do this though? It's on my desktop. I find a way though. Let me put it. I have a little document here that sometimes I write notes down and stuff. Film recommendation. Strange Days, 1995. Dark Spark, 33 during end of Cyberpunk. I know, I remember it. Always curious about seeing some underrated films. Yeah, so there's this problem in this. I mean, you know how it unfolds, but I mean, in some games, it's the same. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, in a lot of ways, you know, oh no, this won't end well. There are often this, but this is like 100 hours of, oh, it won't end well. Even though we managed to get a relatively good ending for this. But of course, I expected, okay, what is the twist? Getting out with Panam and live in peace and quiet and be free? Cool, what's the twist? Of course, we maybe only have 6 months to live. That's a problem. We have to find a solution for this. Of course, characters die on the way. That is pretty unfortunate. We could not have saved him. And yeah, I don't know, in a if the game goes so much into the power fantasy, I often want to have the option, even though it's insanely difficult, I want to somehow pull it through. And yeah, that is a thing. But yeah, I think in Cyberpunk, this is not unusual though. In Cyberpunk, it's always like this. There's when I did this a video about the subgenre of Cyberpunk, I was really fascinated by the book Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And there are also a comparable twist to this. There is the religion in this game called Mercerism, I think is the name, if I remember it correctly. And there's a very genius twist behind this religion. No, it's a double twist, you could say. Or it's one of the weirdest things in the book, in my opinion, but it's at the same time the most fascinating. I mean, in a way, if this twist would happen in this world here, you would know twist 1 is true, but the second part of the twist does not come. And this, in my opinion, differentiates a really, really good cyberpunk story, even though it's proto-punk and not cyberpunk, but whatever, from a very decent one, I guess, because there's just a little nuance, a little thought that you did not see coming, that it make you think that it's different. In this game, it's, in my opinion, too often one-sided, if that makes sense. But this is really criticism on a very high level, but it's something that you see. But it's also, you have to say the game is consistent in this. And the game tells you this from the beginning that, yeah, this is Night City and it eats you alive and spits you out dead or something like this, they would say. And that's good. Also, yeah, I'm also happy that I got so much fun and thought out of it. And it's a fantastic game. If you like Cyberpunk, I highly recommend this game. It does a lot of cool stuff. Play some of the side missions. Take some time for them. They're pretty great. Some of the gigs are great too. Some are maybe less great. Maybe there should be online, I don't know, somebody should create, maybe there is like a top list of best quests of this game, and you'd see those and say, oh yeah, we should do this. Or write a mod or something, marking them, I don't know, the highest voted quests with a special icon, or makes the color, I don't know, violet or whatever. So we know, oh, that's one of the good quests. I want to play those. Maybe they also improve some of the stuff or add more things. What I also want to point out, what really impressed me, you asked what component I like most of the game. There's another one, and I did not expect that to like it, but what this game does also often, not always, very well is you find those annoying shards that I have to read badly here on stream, and you find tons of them. And what is this? Okay, we might have forgotten something. The shards, and those are truly amazing. I have no idea what I just cracked, to be honest. And often what I like is what they do really well is that sometimes you read a name in a shard and finding more and more information, sometimes in mails, sometimes in very different quests, and somehow through those charts and additional information they are connected. And then you meet the actual character. For example, we found tons of, or several mentions of Bugbear with 2 A's instead of a B, 2 B's. And so 8 UG and 8, yeah, something like this. You know what I mean, I hope. And we meet her, we save her in one mission. Then that is Bugbear. I heard so much about this character. So if you read everything and can memorize it quite well, you often see stuff adding up and think, oh, that is that character. Of course, it happens so often that, I mean, I have a very good memory, Like sometimes if I see a name, I heard or read this somewhere before. Sometimes I can't tell you the name, but I know that I heard or read it before. I'm relatively good at that at least, and even though I couldn't tell you the name before, but when I read it again, the memory comes back often to me. And even I was not. I mean, a lot of Lord of the Rings names are in my head too. So even I couldn't always make the connection, but often could make connections. Say, okay, where did I read this? That's why this thing here, not the journal, the shards, and maybe the messages need a search function, so you can type in a name, and then it shows you all the shards where this name appears. That would be fantastic if this would be in the game. I think this is if you put so much work into this, put this into the game, so it's easier for the player to see what's going on, at least for those who are interested in the story stuff. I think they did this pretty well, even though I sometimes did a terrible job of reading that. But yeah, overall, I liked it a lot. There's also this database here down there where you see some of the characters. For example, Jotaro, sure, he killed this guy. That is the guy we robbed. We did not kill him. We killed him and his son. A lot of dead people. Who was this though? I read her name. Iris and Talent, Techie. Take for example, some of those still alive. Oh yeah, I remember her distantly. We saved her at Dakota Center. Gustavo Orta, Open Valentinos. Interesting. Corporal Hair. Yeah, this guy, for example, he had the yacht and yacht thing and had parties and scrolled some BDs to pressure other people. Don't know who that was. Yeah, stuff like this is pretty great. Put a search function for this. Also, Misty is pretty cool. That is an interesting character in a way that she looks like Pris from the Blade Runner film. And that's an interesting character because Pris is also in the books, but a bit different than in the films. And yeah, I don't know. Very interesting character. Liked her a lot. Carrie Eurodyne is also pretty cool. Alt Cunningham. A lot of people that are dead here in this list. Those three. Her. Yeah, pretty cool that they put this. They could work on the UI. Also, didn't I start a thought a moment ago? I don't know, but enough talking, I would say. We really managed to... I managed to get a lot of a good time out of this and had a ton of fun with this. And yeah, even level to 50, which I think when you just play the missions and don't do much of those side things here, we did a lot of killing in this game. To level this up, you probably end up with 45 to 48 or something. But it was pretty easy to get 50 for us. And I did this and it was kind of fun because it's kind of cool getting somewhere, pulling out your revolver and just shooting 6 people and they're just down with one shot and you feel like the greatest gunslinger ever or something. That works also, yeah. I would say the shooting in this game is also quite good. Was fun. Probably not for if you're a pro Counter-Strike player, maybe not, but for an RPG with shooting elements, I would say it was pretty decent. Sadly, the game takes a while to make shooting more decent and you feel more powerful. But once you are powerful, it's kind of fun, I have to admit. Is there anything else I want to say about this? I don't know. Technical side, yeah. Like I said, you can get out a lot of really good time out of this game. Also, our armor is lower than... Oh, I know why. We have the wrong hat. Cowboy hat. Gives more armor. Could have cranked the armor up even further than this, if I'm honest, but whatever. Are there any questions left? I mean, really, overall, I really had a good time playing this game. It maybe should have taken not as long, but yeah, that's just, I don't know, an open world game. You can do a lot of funny stuff and test out, and I did this a lot too in this game. Good scene composition here and there, like the roof thing. Yeah, pretty cool. Can scan the graffiti from the other side of the wall. Can make sense, but here's a pack of cards which I can't pick up. I drop a sniper rifle, and those weird lines are left on the ground when you drop and pick a weapon and pick it up. It's I think even if it had a scope, you can reproduce this. This stuff needs to be fixed. I think it's a lot of small stuff, and some still sadly some bigger stuff inside the game. But yeah, overall, quests like these, like Stefan never spawned, so that's the reason why I can't do this quest. Quest is broken. It doesn't even show the quest marker on the map because the quest is broken. Very unfortunate. And it's a side job, so one of the more effort quests with more effort. Stuff like this needs to be fixed. It will be fixed. That's a good thing. They're working on it. They already fixed a ton of stuff, but just as mentioned at the beginning of this very, very long monologue, it probably will take still a few months, maybe till December. From my perspective, I mean, there was a time I studied also computer science. It doesn't mean I have a clue how much work it is and how to schedule and manage a video game. I can do this better. Not the case. But from my point of view, there are so many little things still in the game. Finding them, marking them, fixing them, and then checking what you have fixed. You have to double check that you don't bring more bugs into the game than there were before. Doing all of this with reasonable work routine without crunching, I would assume I don't know, 4 months, maybe 5 at least, to fix this game. And then they can start adding on content. Maybe even till December. I don't know. I'm not and this is only the PC version. They're also working on the console versions in the background too. And yeah, I don't know. Very unfortunate for this game, because this will delay all the DLC. Just imagine this would be a smooth ride and everything would be mostly perfect from the get-go. And we would now get amazing DLCs, having more stories. Think of The Witcher, Blood and Wine and stuff like this, where we got amazing DLCs. Okay, so those also took some time till they were done, because I assume that's what's going on right now in the background, making some expansion to these games. But yeah, the fact that we haven't even heard anything about, not even a clue about another DLC, in my opinion, is a sign that they're still working with high pressure on fixing this game even more. And yeah, curious how much resources and time they will spend into it. I guess it was probably worth it for them. Game sold phenomenally well, and like I said, it's definitely not a bad game. There is a lot of good stuff in this. So as a result, I can recommend it with, yeah, you should know what you get yourself into if you want to play this game, especially on consoles. You should definitely check out. But yeah, for PC and for the current gen consoles like Xbox Series X, PS5, and so on, it is pretty. It might be worth a try, or just wait a few more patches. That is my final conclusion on this. I never give ratings on my channel or anything, and I have to be honest, I don't even know how I would rate this game in its current state. I think that's incredible. I'm happy that I don't have to give ratings like 9 or 8 or 7 or something out of 10. Like, I think it is, if you give this game a high rating, it's unfair to games who, a bit unfair to games who at least manage to finish in a good state and release in a good state. And you have to consider there are games that have a similar size releasing in a better state. Even though, of course, GTA is an extreme in development. Like, they have so much resources and power and experience making open world games, and also GTA likes to have some bugs, but not on this scale here though. But yeah, overall, I have to say I really, really enjoyed my time with this game here. We'll miss it a bit, but we also will have the secret ending still. We might look into this in a few weeks, or I don't know, in 2 weeks. I'm not sure. So I hope, I would say that's it for Cyberpunk. The GeForce Now, which I used for it, I can also recommend if you don't play longer than 6-hour sessions. That might work for you. If you play longer, you have to make a 10-minute break or something to just load into the game again, which is a bit annoying. It should be much faster than this. I don't know why it's so slow. I assume it has to do with resources and freeing up some capacity in the meantime. So yeah, good night, Night City. If there will be DLC, we will play that, because I can definitely see returning to this game. And that is, I think, a big praise for this game, that I'm not, even though I complain sometimes about bugs and stuff, that it's still, as you said, it's nice that you could get so many hours out of fun hours out of it. Exactly. It's definitely great enough that I can see playing not through the whole thing again, but definitely if a new DLC comes out, I'm highly interested in returning to Night City and see what's new. It's a game I definitely will miss, and that is that's a huge compliment. I think I don't do this for many games. Also, it was I did a mistake here. You have to load the save and then save again. The reason is I crafted this hut and head and put stuff inside it, which I did not want to save the progress there. So what we do is check if we did do the head thing. No, we did not. We did all the quests. We talked to Blue Moon. That should be it. Okay, exit the menu.